Welcome to the Inside Track on Real Estate with the Dekker Team. And I'm Ken Dekker, and today I got a special guest with me, Matt.
Yes.
And Matt, you work for the Dekker Team.
I do.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Okay, and you have a title.
I do have a title. My title with the Dekker Team is Promise Keeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big title.
It is a very big title, kind of intimidating to make sure that I make sure promises happen.
Make sure they happen?
Make sure they happen.
Oh, so you mean like the follow through, the
actual follow through
yeah,
of them.
so not the making of promises, but
No.
the fulfilling.
The fulfillment of promises. That's right.
Wow. That's a big role.
That is a big role. That's intimidating.
So Matt, you've been working with the Dekker Team for
I think it's just been over 3 months now.
about 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're on the show, so you must be past your probationary period. We must be keeping you.
I think I made it. So that's a good sign. So.
Okay, great. Matt, what's your background? Where'd you come from?
What's my background? So my background is operations, and so I used to work for a mattress company and did that for 15 years, and so made a big transition coming into the Dekker Team. And a lot of what I do is figure out processes and really making sure that we're doing them the best way possible to bring value to all of our clients and our team.
Okay. And so why the change? You're 15 years at another company and you decided, hey, I think I want to work for the Dekker Team. How did that happen?
How'd that happen?
Yeah.
It's an interesting transition, that's for sure. It was an opportunity presented itself, and I was looking for something new because I'd been at the other place for 15 years, doing the same thing. And so this opportunity came along to work with yourself and Yetta and the whole new team and doing something different that I never done before. I know nothing about real estate, and so it was a fun opportunity that I just jumped on.
Yeah, and we looked at it, wow, here's a person that's an operations manager, looks at systems, models, processes, and how to give great customer service.
Yeah.
And as our team was expanding and we're helping more clients, we didn't want our level of service to go down.
Absolutely.
Right. So thus we came up with this Promise Keeper.
Yeah.
Because Yetta and I are famous at making promises, and somebody's got to keep them.
Someone's got to keep them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And sometimes our promises are simple, like I'll get that search sent to you by the end of the day, or I'll get that survey sent to you.
Yeah.
You know, and so we're out on the road showing properties, meeting clients, negotiating offers and things of that nature. And so sometimes if we don't have a support mechanism back at the office, those promises may go unkept.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that just creates not the level of service that we wanted.
Definitely not. We don't want to impact our clients at all. So.
Okay, so tell me about a typical day for you.
Typical day for me.
Yeah, what goes on?
All right, so what goes on? And so a typical day is really just supporting the agents while they're out and about, like Ken said. So if they're out showing a property or with a client, oftentimes you guys will send us some messages asking for information on the property or information on the home. Part of the other thing that I do is set up showings for all of our clients. And so when you guys go out to see a home, make sure that that's coordinated properly with the person selling the home. And also planning out that route so you guys are being most effective and going from one house to another house to another house. And so that's a portion of it. And then the other portion is documentation, the paperwork that we do that makes us be able to sell a home and people be able to buy a home.
There is a lot of paperwork, isn't there?
There is a lot of paperwork. I did not realize that at all. There is.
I think there's less paperwork to get married than there is to buy or sell a house.
Yeah, I think you only need one document to get married. Definitely need more than that for buying a house.
Yeah. So speaking of documents, there's some new legislation in the last year that's allowed us to have electronic signatures.
Yeah.
And we use a program called Dot Loop.
Yeah.
And Dot Loop is an amazing program. You've become a master at it. So talk to me about the process that a client would go through. Now, a lot of times we sit face-to-face with a client, but sometimes that's not possible.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're in another province, another city, they're on the road, they're on vacation, they're working, whatever it is, right? So how does Dot Loop help us?
So Dot Loop helps us because it's a means of doing electronic signatures. So our clients can virtually sign documents without you or the agent, whomever, needing to be with them present. And so it makes the process much easier. So again, if you're out of province or someone's working and it's getting you want to buy a home quickly and you need to get the paperwork in as soon as possible because maybe multiple offers are coming in or whatever the case may be. And so Dot Loop essentially allows us to put the document that you would fill with your client in person into an electronic format. And then we can email that right to the client and they can review the document and then they could sign off on the document. And it's becomes then a legal document at that point.
Now, when you say sign off, a lot of people are envisioning you have to print it, sign it, and then rescan it. But that's gone away.
That's all gone away. And so the beauty of Dot Loop and what you can do with it is you can sign it right electronically. And so you can sign it right from your cell phone to a tablet to a computer, whatever device you may have. As long as you can log in on email, you can view your document on Dot Loop and you don't have to do anything.
Now, what if I can't sign because I don't have a touch screen? I can't sign on the screen. Can I still use it?
You can still use it, absolutely. You can still use it. It creates a generated signature for you, and then all you do is say that you want to adopt that signature, and at that point you've now adopted that signature, and you're fine.
And you click. So what I love about it is now you'll create the offer for me because generally I'm on the road or whatever, and then I'm going to review it, make sure it's correct, accurate, it's got the right conditions in it, the right terms, everything's perfect. And as a matter of fact, I can sign it electronically as well. And then we forward it off to the client. Now, the client can always call us and we can talk and walk them through it. But what it does is it actually, the program moves the document to the place where they need to initial or sign that we've already indicated in the program. And they just click on it with a mouse click, or touch it on a touch screen or a cell phone. Just touch it. It applies their signature and date and time stamps it. And then it goes to the next place where there's a signature or initial needed. And it walks you through the whole document. So my biggest problem was when we were sending and scanning, even though I had X'd off where people were to initial or whatever, quite often they would miss an initial, and then I have to resend it to them, get it re-initialed. This program eliminates all that because it will not let them finish it until they've clicked on all the places they have to initial and sign.
That's one of the beauties of it, because you're able to really ensure that when you're looking at it, you know what you're signing and you're putting that signature right beside there, because the system's telling you to do that, and it won't let you leave there until it's all signed off. So
Now, one of the things I caution my buyers and sellers at is to actually take the time to take a look at what you're signing. I'm not saying you have to read every single word, but make sure you know what you're signing, because you can actually sign a document in like under 30 seconds. You can sign a complete offer. All the initials, all the signatures, just click, 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 send, and it's done. So you just want to make sure you really trust your realtor, and maybe you've had a conversation with them, and you've take a glance at what you're signing, because that's a legal binding document, even though it's signed electronically with just a touch of a button.
That's
the beauty. It's the beauty and it's the scary part. So it's interesting. So we're all learning, we're all working through that. And the nice thing is, with it being date and time stamped, you can't do any of the monkey business where people used to go, oh, sign that and backdate it to yesterday so that, because we missed that or something. You can't do that anymore. So you have to be very, very accurate with your time frames and resend or redo things if they weren't done within the time limits.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other great safety aspect of that is if you have two people on an agreement, they have to have each their own separate email, so that way you're ensuring it's going to the same person. There's no funny business of someone signing for someone else or whatever, because you're able to directly send that right to them in email.
So we have to have two emails for a couple, for instance. And if there's 3 people signing, we need 3 emails.
3 emails,
Okay, great. And I guess the law has deemed that because it's your personal email, only you should have access to it.
That's right.
And so you should be able to sign it under that email.
Exactly.
So don't give your email accounts
No, don't
away.
do that. Don't do that. That would be bad.
Maybe people could be buying houses in your name.
Exactly, just for you. There you go.
That would be very interesting. So what else do you do? I've seen you drive around in a Dekker Team truck with a big trailer behind it.
With a big trailer, absolutely. Some of the other things that we do is we like to help set up homes to make sure that they're getting ready to be sold. And so we'll sometimes give props to them to help, if the client's moved away or whatever, and we want to stage the home to put some stuff in it, we'll have stuff that we'll bring out to the home, a couch, bed, whatever, and make a room look full. And so people can envision what it would look like when they're walking in that home if they were to buy that home. And
so you're part of that process.
Part of that process, yeah.
Okay.
Bringing that stuff out, which is great.
Okay. All right. So if you see the big truck going by or the truck with the trailer, make sure you wave because it might just be Matt.
Yeah, exactly.
Might be me, but it might be Matt.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. So so you help stage and I think you answer the phone every once in a while.
I do answer the phone. If you were to call in, you might get lucky enough to get me to say hello. Thanks for calling the Dekker Team, and I'm definitely excited to help you. And yeah, absolutely.
No, come on. Let's hear the whole sentence. What do you say when you answer the phone?
All right. So the whole sentence is, good morning. Thanks for calling Dekker Team, your #1 real estate solution, and I'm excited to help you.
Excellent. Wouldn't you like to call in and hear that voice? That's fantastic. Yeah. And we believe we are the #1 real estate solution.
Absolutely.
We have a fairly large team. We have 5 realtors and three support.
Support, yeah.
And those support people are not, they're for the realtor. Like you support the realtor, but you also support the client.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is really, really important because it's much faster response time for emails, much faster response time for phone calls.
Yeah, absolutely. And the beauty of it is if the agent's driving and he needs an email sent to a client, and at that point, instead of him having to pull over or trying to send an email versus on text, you can call into the office and we're happy to send that email to the client and help support them and make sure things are flowing smoothly throughout the whole process, because obviously buying a home can be intimidating and a lot of work. And so what we want to do is basically be an extension of the agents really and provide that extra help when needed to sell a home, buy a home, whatever we're doing for clients.
All that support. Yeah. So if you're just joining us, you're listening to the Inside Track on Real Estate with the Dekker Team, and I'm Ken Dekker, and today I have Matt with us, and Matt is part of the Dekker Team. He's kind of a little more behind the scenes, but you will talk with him. But he's not out there showing properties because he's not licensed to do that.
Not licensed, no.
So as an administration type person, we call it promise keeper. Yeah. There are certain things you can't do.
Yeah.
And that's like give information on properties and prices and availability, that kind of thing. But you can send an email based on our request. And, and so that's excellent. Because I find even the people that are calling in for information get their information faster because you can contact us. We can tell you what to send. Boom, it goes out. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really one of the things that we're able to provide our clients is that immediate service and that immediate turnaround. If they're looking for something and the agent's physically not able to do it but able to get in contact with us, we're an extension of you. So we're really helping to move that process and that sale through.
Yeah, no, I struggle to say this. Realtors sometimes have a history or a reputation of being late. Can you believe that?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And we pride ourselves on being timely. And I think part of the issue with realtors being late is there are things that come up. There are sometimes people take longer in houses than you expected. Appointments take longer than you expected. An offer comes up that you weren't planning on dealing with at that particular time. You know, all kinds of things can happen. Yeah. And without a great support behind us, a great team behind us, it's difficult to stay on time. And so one of the things you do is you schedule our appointments as well. Tell me about that. What do you do to ensure that a realtor is going to be on time?
On time. So some of the things that we do to try to assist with that is really looking at each one of the agents' schedules and really seeing what their day looks like, and really trying to make sure that if they're going from one spot to another spot, that we're giving you guys the appropriate drive time to do that. And so it's easy sometimes when you're looking at houses, say I want to go here, 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 and here, but you got to also factor in all the distance and the travel that's required for that. And so one of the things that we do is when we're trying to make your appointments or trying to set up your schedule, we'll look at it, and if we need to give you some drive time to get out there, then we'll put that in there, that drive time. And so that again just helps you really be able to flow from one thing to another thing.
Yeah. And I'm also finding really helpful is what you do is when you put an appointment in my calendar, you put in the address that I'm going to, and this great thing called Google Calendars actually calculates based on traffic when I need to leave. And so it pops up a reminder. It's time to leave to go to that appointment if I want to be on time. So that's very helpful. And making sure we have margin, we're not overbooked, or conflicting. And if we are, finding another realtor who's available to get there on time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and in this day and age, I think people value time significantly. And one of the things we were taught was if you're going on an appointment to, talk to someone about selling their home or buying a house, really what you're doing is you're interviewing for a job. And if you showed up for a job interview late, what do you think is going to happen?
Not looking too good.
You're probably not getting the job,
no,
right?
Exactly.
And it's the same thing with real estate.
Absolutely. I think you guys are interviewing every time you're going out there.
Yes. And even the sellers, whether they're our clients or not, when we book a showing between a certain period of time, we really do everything in our power to show up during that period of time. And if we're not, we make the phone call, we call we might even call you and say, you know what, we're running 45 minutes behind. We need you to adjust all our next appointments, so that everybody doesn't get disappointed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. So, Matt, what would you like our listeners and our viewers to know about you and about the Dekker Team? Why would they choose us to get their house sold or to buy a home through?
That's a great question. One of the things is, because I'm still so new here, one of the things I always thought of is a realtor. What do they do? When you think about the cost of it and all that sort of stuff, and people selling their home privately and all these things, it sounds appealing. And so one thing that I've learned in the little time that I actually have been here is that it's a little more complicated than just you doing some documents and finding someone to buy your house. There's a lot of work and a lot of steps involved with that. And so one of the things that I know for sure that I've learned about the Dekker Team is that we take that and we understand that, and we understand that you're investing in us and you're investing in the Dekker Team to really help you either purchase or sell your home. And one of the things that we want to do is make sure that you're getting all the value that we've promised you. And so that's one thing that I've really appreciated about the Dekker Team is that we know that there's a lot of competition out there, but one of the things that we want to do is make sure that when we make a promise to our clients and we want to sell their home or find them a home to move into, is we value them and we really respect them. And so we really want to make sure that we're providing that top quality service. And so that was one of the things that I have come to really appreciate specifically about the Dekker Team. And we really value our clients. And I love that.
Okay. And sometimes that involves bringing in outside contractors. When people want to buy a house, they need to get their house ready for sale. We're working on a limited time. We might need to paint. We might need to put in new counters. We might need to put in ceramic or hardwood or whatever. We have a full gamut of people that are skilled at what they do. They have been proven, tried and true, and proven to work for our clients in the past, or they've worked for us personally in the past, and so we can refer them. And a lot of times they will go way out of their way to fit our clients in because we do so much business with them.
And that's great. That's a great thing of having good relationships like that. And I know that's one thing that I've seen as well with the Dekker Team is that we really value our external resources. So who we're using, and so we take that into account. We work with them as partners, and that really brings that extra step of value from the client's perspective, because that agency or that company knows us and wants to have a good reputation, not only with us but with those clients as well, and they're always stepping up. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So now you also kind of manage the resources of our staffing, and so we have two other key people, marketing and client care.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that.
And so we have two different aspects that we have. So we have our marketing you mentioned first, Courtney. And so Courtney is our marketing guru. So she goes out to the home, takes the pictures of the house, meets with our clients, helps to make sure that when she's posting that house up for sale, it just looks wonderful, looks great. And as well, she's working behind the scenes and making sure that house is getting as much advertising as possible in all the different sites and all the different venues that we have. And then we have Courtney. Then we have our client care, and the client care, Jessica. She's going to be our administrative person. She's going to be the one that is really fine-tooth making sure things are happening. In addition to myself, and making sure that all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted, and really supporting our clients, and whether it be answering the phone, getting information, getting out to the agents, whatever the case may be. And so those two really come together with myself to really make sure you guys are being supported.
Yeah, and realtors don't work a 9 to 5, do they?
No, that's the other thing that I've definitely come to appreciate. You're never off, I don't think.
Yeah. We tend to take some church time and really make that appointment with God and take that time off, and then we kind of rotate through covering Sunday afternoons. But our support staff don't work a 9 to 5 either. So what generally is the hours when they can phone in here and they're going to get someone to talk to?
Yeah. So basically, right Monday through Friday, we're open right at 8:30 till 8:30 at night. And then on Saturday, we're open from 9 to 5. And so anytime between those window times, you're going to get someone here at the Dekker Team that will be glad to assist you in any way possible. And so
right here in the office. And then when you close up, no, we don't make you work all that time.
No.
Your shifts are staggered.
Yes, absolutely.
and when you close up at 8:30, what happens with the phones?
Yeah. So what we do with the phones at that point then is we forward them to an agent that's available for you. And so if you're calling it's 9 o'clock and you just saw this amazing property that you really want to go see, and we're selling it and you want to use us, you can call in and you'll get right to one of our agents, and they'll be able to assist you right on the spot at that point.
So it's forwarded to their cell phone?
It's forwarded right to their cell phone, and they're answering that the entire time that it's being forwarded.
Okay, so unless they're in an appointment or something, you're going to get someone live?
Yeah.
So our goal is that you don't get an automated attendant, you don't get voicemail, you get a live person as much as possible. Yeah. Because we believe it's a personal business, it's a personal industry. Yeah. Great. All right. So we have those great people to help us, and we have some realtors to make sure we're covered off, so that anytime a property comes up for sale, that a buyer is not going to miss that property based on the availability of our team.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's generally always someone
to give them a hand, support them, answer some questions, or if they don't have the answers, get the answers.
Right. So that's fantastic. Yeah. Now I've got a couple properties to talk about.
Perfect.
Isn't that exciting?
It is.
Because that's what we do. We help market properties. I've never sold a property. That's a kind of a bad word. Like, we don't force people to buy properties. We market properties. We're kind of like matchmakers. We match houses with buyers that is a good fit. So right now I actually have 2 properties. They're great properties, both up near Arnprior.
Oh, nice.
Now you might think, Arnprior, isn't that like the valley? Isn't that like far away? And really, from Canada, it's like 25 minutes.
Yeah, especially with the highway.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's 4 lanes both ways now, and 100 kilometers all the way. It's like 25 minutes to Canada. Yep. So 2 properties, both waterfront, on the Madawaska. One on the river part, very quaint, and the other one on a lake. So first one I'm going to talk about, it's on Mitchell Lane. It's on a private road in. It's a 3-season cottage. Now it's been totally renovated. They took the right back to the studs, insulated, put new siding on it, new drywall inside, new electrical, new flooring. This is like a one-stop buy, you know, like you buy it, it comes with the furniture, and it's not like your cottage furniture you think about, you know, when you went to maybe your parents' cottage, your grandparents' cottage, and it had all that musty old furniture that came out of the basement of someone's house and went to the cottage, and it's loaded with couches and whatever. This is not that. This is so cute. It's got a little loft area with 2 mattresses for children that they can go up the ladder and go sleep in the loft. 2 bedrooms. Then an open concept living room dining area with a wood fireplace, like a wood stove, so you can really get the 3 seasons out of it. It does have electric baseboard heat if you're, you know, a little sucky and you just want to turn the heat up. And it's got, you know, fully renovated, beautiful bathroom with a shower and a nice brand new kitchen. Newer windows throughout except for one window that they kept for the character of the window. Waterfront, like I said, great property. That's on at $275,000. So if you want a waterfront close to the city, there you go. My other one is a lake house. This was a 3-bedroom bungalow with, now it's got a great addition on the front. And this person was a carpenter. It's done by him, done with love. And not just the carpenter, you know, that cuts wood with a chainsaw. This is meticulous. It's all wood. It's all pine and beams, big beams with the joints. I don't even know what they're called. The miters, not miters, the tenants or whatever. Where they put the holes and they stick the piece of wood in, you know, to join the 2 pieces of wood. I don't even know what the name of it is, but it's gorgeous. And this is like about 100 feet from the water. It's a very wide stretch of water. Great pickerel fishing. I've been pickerel fishing there. Caught some pickerel. Caught some catfish. If you like catfish, it was awesome. So 2 great properties. This one's a full lake house, 4-season. Roads open all the time. That's at $599. So if you're interested in a waterfront property, this is the time to buy a waterfront. People think you buy waterfront in the spring, but if you want a deal on waterfront, this is the time to buy your waterfront property, right? Because in a little while, waterfront doesn't really sell. So you're at the end of the season. Just like you buy a car now, because it's end of season, buy a waterfront property now. And if you want information on those or any other waterfront property, give us a call at 613-860-4663. That's 613-860-4663. And the Dekker team would love to help you, whether it's buying or selling. Thanks for joining us on the Inside Track on Real Estate with the Dekker team.